Okay, so what do you think? This is a normal looking Asian kid. If we want to make it more similar to the affected twin sister, what should we change?
Wait, the eyes needs more upslanting.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep this original layer a little bit dimmer so it's easier to see my drawing on top of the old one. And I might ask questions as I go, as I'm drawing them, because I need to know certain answers before I go too far. Would you say the eyes are smaller than average or larger than average? Or are they just about average as far as their typical size for someone of their age group?
Maybe slightly smaller, but Asian kid has they have anyways little smaller eyes than the Europeans. So I don't think we should make them even smaller than they are, and maybe a little bit open mouth later on.
Okay. And I could maybe prompt you as well, like since we're in the area, how are the eyebrows in relation to the eyes?
Well, since it's a small age child up to a year, I guess, I don't think it's more than 1 year. Maybe regular eyebrows for now, not very thick or very special at this point because they get this small.
Yeah, nothing distinctive about the eyebrows. Okay. Children that age will have generally very thin eyebrows, well, thinly spaced hairs, not very heavy placement of the hairs. Okay.
I like that you mentioned that the palpebral fissures are also smaller after some. I don't see that mentioned very often in the syndrome we look for, but I definitely see that as a difference in the two individuals.
Sure.
There,
How might we see the bridge of the nose and the length of the nose and size of the nose in general?
I would say rather depressed bridge of the nose.
I agree, and I wonder how you can make that even more depressed
Yeah, than it is in
than
yeah,
it is.
yeah, that's true. So there's not so much difference
But
at that age.
that's rather me being curious how court will handle it because I mean I know the positive control and I agree it can even be more depressed.
Yeah, how I might sometimes it's easier to handle with smooth shading rather than with lines. But if I'm using just sketch lines as I am right now, I might just do a little bit of what we call crosshatch shading, just to show that there's a depression that's sort of in shadow. If we're imagining light from above a little bit, a very soft light, then there'll be a slight darker value at the bridge of the nose, and it looks a little weird right now with just these lines, but that's how I might indicate it if I'm just doing a line drawing. Um, and then we haven't really talked about the ball of the nose or the nostril area, but would that be typical, or is there anything dysmorphic about the ball of the nose?
Not so much, I would say.
I think it was better before the nasal root.
So I should draw a little bit more of the root of the nose with shading on the sides of the nose between the eyes? Or is
Yes,
it pretty flat between the eyes?
it is. I don't think the problem is not in the root. It's in the nasal ridge, the long between the tip and the root.
Okay.
It is what's depressed more.
Okay, so this is not necessarily how I would render it, but I might just draw quick like construction lines to show the forms as if I was maybe sculpting it out of clay, which is a little bit different than how I would draw it. So
Maybe we could add a little bit creases under the eyes, horizontal.
like these kind of creases, like the near the medial end.
Yeah. And I think the lips appear a little full. It can be different, but maybe
So,
make mouth a little wider as well, slightly wider, because now slightly.
We have.
I don't want to mislead.
No, we need the
No,
mouth
no.
open, not large.
Open, yeah. We need to make it open. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
Slightly open. Yeah. And yeah, maybe show a tongue as well. Slightly. Yeah. Yeah.
Would the upper lip be tinted at all?
I don't think we need to emphasize the what's called the line up of the upper lip.
The nasolabial folds?
Yeah, I don't think we need to emphasize. No, not the nasolabial fold. The
You mean the Cupid's bow?
Yeah, the Cupid's bow. Yeah.
Also, more pronounced Cupid's bow shape, a little bit more.
No, you mean less. You mean less.
Less.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
But the lips are pretty thick and full, would you say?
Not really.
No.
Not particularly, no. So it's going to be a little messy at first when I do these. Right now I have a fairly long philtrum, and that was kind of an accident. So should I raise the mouth up a little bit higher, closer to the nose, or would you say the philtrum is pretty long?
No, the philtrum is not long. We have to raise the mouth.
Cool.
Yes.
It's better. Yeah.
Yes. Can we lower the ears?
Okay.
Smaller and lower. Smaller, please.
Well, smaller, okay.
Yes.
Something like that?
Okay.
And we can change it more as we go later if we don't like it, I guess.
And maybe we could make a little bit of the fold of the ear, this part prominent,
Okay.
this part slightly folded, I would say.
So the helix is more folded at the posterior side.
Yeah, that's becoming better.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. It's good. And
Earlobes are average. They're not overly prominent. And at the bottom here, would you say they're average?
Yeah, average earlobes. And I think we also need to modify the eyebrows, maybe a little thinner. I wouldn't call it arched, like in Rubinstein-Taibi syndrome, but little bit more defined, maybe. Others also please comment.
Well, I agree with you. It should be thinner.
Thinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thinner, yes.
And maybe
rounded, okay?
Rounded?
Maybe a
Yes.
little even longer. The left is little shorter. Maybe
it
more
should be shorter,
angled,
or
I would say maybe more angled, like this.
forming like a pyramid or a triangle shape a little bit.
Could be, yeah.
But less distinct. It had to be sparse.
Okay.
These are heavy now. Maybe a little sparse, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll erase it a little bit and then draw it back in.
Okay. Fine. The nose needs to be smaller.
Yeah.
With the nares more short.
You mean shorter, right?
Yes, shorter and smaller. It's broad.
And I feel that the depression of the nasal bridge is not well visible.
Yes.
So yes, this line is too strong. It's almost vertical line. So
yeah. Oh yes, this is better.
So were the nares a little more narrow? Did you say from side to width?
More upward. I'd like to see them. Yes.
Okay, like we're looking into the nostrils, into the nares a little bit more.
The nasal tip is looking upward.
Pointed upward. Oh, okay.
Can you please make the columella a little thinner and shorter?
And that is the area of the upper, above the lip, correct?
Yes.
Like the nasal septum.
Oh, the septal area.
Yeah, here.
Between the two nasal openings.
Let's see. I might actually go over to a different brush here and indicate some of the shading of the face, and that might help me sculpt the features a little bit better than I can with lines when I'm doing really subtle changes. So again, we're sort of imagining a light source coming from above, so the downward facing plane is going to be in a slight bit of shadow. Would you say it's accurate as far as the root area of the nose? Is it very, very flat to the plane of the face?
Recording in progress. Faces, it's more or less.
I heard somebody for a second, but now I don't hear anybody speaking.
The nose need to be smaller, more hypoplastic.
Okay.
Yes.
And I didn't pay attention to the raised hands. Ingrid and Leva, please feel free to just speak up.
I'm not sure, but I think the nasal base or the nares, they have a tendency to be a little bit everted.
Okay.
More than maybe the picture is.
And I don't like this. If I look at the picture, right eye, I think the inner corner should be like a bit more covered, like a bit more straight line, like medial line.
Do you
So
think
this,
of an epicanthus?
yes.
Yeah,
So I
epicanthus.
think it's more present in the left eye and the right eye, not enough. It's just a feeling.
So I'm not sure I understood that instruction. The eye that's on the right needs to look more like the one on
Yeah,
that's on
on the left. So this medial line should be more vertical.
Okay.
No, not the other one.
Oh, okay.
So
The patient's right.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
So from the patient's perspective, it would be the right eye, yes. The inner canthus.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be more vertical.
Let's see. Actually, I'm not sure. Like, so it should come down more to let's see, something like this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the eye on the other side should probably be drawn to match that.
Yes,
Right
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think from a computer science point of view, this is exactly the interaction which is very difficult to communicate with an AI currently. What do you think, Aaron?
Yes, I agree. Especially giving feedback is very hard for the AI to understand. So it won't respond correctly in many cases.
At least for me now, the filtrum looks a bit too short.
Okay. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't really laid in the chin yet. Is the chin typical, like similar to the control, or is it smaller or larger, more prominent?
It's fine.
It's similar to the control?
Yes.
Okay.
The nares are very wide. They need to be narrowed, please.
Yeah,
sorry, what was that?
the nostrils and the nares
Yes,
are
yes.
wide.
Very wide.
They're too wide on my drawing, or they need to be wider on my drawing?
They're too wide.
Oh,
Too
okay.
wide.
Great.
Could you please try to make the wings of the nose less fleshy, like thinner?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel it. I think this is really a very exciting experience for me because this seems to be a scenario where swarm intelligence really works. Some of the participants here wait a very long time, but then they make a remark that really improves the result, I think. Hannah, we didn't hear anything from you. Is there anything you don't feel addressed so far?
I know I've enjoyed listening and kind of hearing what others have said. I almost wonder if it's maybe more of like rounding of the shape, and I think also with this syndrome, head shape as well. And so sometimes that's a little bit hard for me to contextualize. How do the facial features fit in with a three-dimensional thing? Because that's kind of where my head has been going, thinking about like how does this work in 3D? Because I think that's something that for this patient might help.
Yeah, there is a feature referred to as a flat face, right? So
flat and rounded face, maybe slight prognathia, slight.
Yeah, that's always really difficult to show in a front view for me.
Wow.
I mean, it can be done, but I think it has to be done more with shading than anything I can do with lines here. Let's see.
Yeah, the shading is really something the current algorithms for transferring a sketch to a photorealistic portrait can't work with. Or what would you use, Aaron, as shading?
I haven't seen any that use shading, and I think some information definitely gets lost there. Or I mean, it's important to work with a sketch where you can show all the features. Otherwise, the model won't have any chance of reproducing it.
I would say no, the nose is too narrow. Like
nose is too narrow.
Oh, okay.
Too narrow. It should be just.
It looks pointy as well, so it should be a little flat, more flat. And
so the ball of the nose is more flat. It's not quite so round. Is that what you mean?
The nasal tip is blunt.
Blunt. Oh, okay.
Wow, not.
Yeah,
it's becoming better.
Yes, better.
Yeah, I wonder almost if it's maybe the nares aren't quite as antiverted. So in this, you really see a lot of the kind of the nostril area, but maybe to like round out the tip a little bit and maybe make those like a little bit smaller, maybe that might help with kind of the softness that.
To me, the mouth looks as if the lips would have a good muscle tone, but I think at least in very young children, the hypotonia of the lips and of the mouth is a very impressive feature. I don't know how you could translate that in a picture, or if you want to translate it, but the hypotonia of the mouth, I cannot see this in this mouth at the moment.
I might usually express that as more of a downward pulling at the corners, as if gravity is taking over because the muscle tone is so weak. Is that
yes,
what that is?
And the mouth should be open, at least a little bit.
Well, the mouth is open right now.
The mouth is open, but the down turned corners of the mouth, I agree that is something that is characteristic.
Yeah, it's better.
Yes.
Much better. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little rough, but that's I'm trying to indicate the tongue protruding just a little bit from the open mouth. And no teeth are currently showing.
Okay, so everyone should have the opportunity to comment. I'm not sure whether Özge and Hannah Havri-Schenkro wanted to add anything.
I might ask specifically about the cranium now. Is it just as tall and wide as in the sister, as in the control?
I think maybe a little bit smaller and more rounded.
I'm just going to go with similar hair for right now, I guess. Just sparse, like someone of that age.
I think we also need to modify the eyebrows. Sometimes they're like pencil-like thin, and it's not a complete synophrys, but they may be kind of angled, like in the middle.
Okay, let's see. Something like that.
The angle is little in this it's a lateral side, so maybe move the angle a little bit towards the middle part.
I should bring in the eyebrow hairs closer to the middle of the face, like this.
The angle of the eyebrow, maybe it's closer to the middle.
Oh, I see. Okay, the high point,
And
the peak.
not a complete synophrys, but sometimes they come really close to each
the eyebrows
other.
come close together. Okay. I won't move on to the eyebrow on the left until we get the one on the right correct. How do we feel about that? A little more thinner, or?
Middle part probably should be sparser.
Middle sparser.
Middle part sparser. It's there, but it's sparser.
Something like that?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Tika, can I ask, can I confirm that you didn't cheat? You really don't know how the sister looks like? You didn't do any literature research?
No.
Okay, great.
Oh, so nobody here knows what the sister looks like, the control sister?
No, they don't know it. They just know what the condition is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably move the full eyebrow a bit to the outside, but just a bit.
More full on the outside of the eyebrow, on the lateral end?
Yes, to the lateral side, the full eyebrow, a bit to the.
So the eyebrows, the stenophorus is not complete. It's not total. It's just they come a little bit close to each other, but it's not one
Yes.
connected eyebrow, correct?
No, correct.
Yeah. Maybe a little sparse, but keep the shape and the width, but make it a little sparse.
A little more sparse, okay.
I think we should wrap up soon. Giovanna, anything we didn't cover so far? And Sonat, anything you want to be improved? Okay, so if this is not the case, this is your last chance. Do you think there's really something we need to address here?
The upper lip, maybe it's thinner and with a less pronounced Cupid's bow.
Oh yeah, we did say that earlier. Yeah, and I think I did exaggerate that again accidentally.
Okay, this is crazy. I mean, this is not scripted. This is really crazy. Thanks, Hannah.
And also maybe a little more pronounced fullness under the eyes, like puffiness.
Maybe we can include neck length because the templates before seen like for the Cohen syndrome they included the upper body area a bit, and we can somehow see the neck length. Yeah, but of course it needs to be shorter.
Oh, shorter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for someone this age, yeah, it would be very short. Probably something like that. Or maybe even shorter still, where it's more just sunken into the shoulders. Do you think?
I think not that short. Yeah, I mean it looks okay right now.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. So I think we have a quite pleasant result. I still can't believe that we achieved such a good phenocopy of what the actual sister looks like. And now I will try to take over and share my screen. So,
Well, stop sharing.
Yep. What do you see now? Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is basically the paper we used. It's a monozygotic twin discordant for Down syndrome. This is the sketch that we provided Cord with and you. This is the unaffected 46XX euploid sister. And this is the affected twin sister. And I think you got the upward slanting palpebral fissures very well, the smaller palpebral fissures, the epicanthus, the small nose, the flat face, well, I mean, on this image you cannot assess the axis of the ears, but I show you another image later on. The mouth, the discussion about the mouth I found quite interesting. and the nasal bridge, that is technically very challenging. And this is yet another example of monozygotic twins with discordant karyotype, where you can see the posteriorly rotated ears, the epicanthus, slightly upward slanted palpebral fissures, and yet another typical feature which is not related to the face, the palmar crease. So, what do you think? Are you happy with the result, or what couldn't be communicated with terminology which you would have liked Quad to capture even more characteristically?
Well, it was an interesting experiment because it's sort of like doing like one of those police sketches where they describe the perpetrator, and yeah, I think it's good to have a back and forth where I feel like I can help prompt people based on what my next step is that I think I need to draw. And I'm just artist's familiarity with facial anatomy, of course, so I know most of the terms, and it's yeah, I guess it works pretty well. And I think the further along into the drawing we get, the more people tend to give feedback because then you can actually see something concrete that you can just bounce off of them. You can, oh, okay, I see that nose that you've visioned. No, it's not correct. And let's fix it. Let's do this. And then the instructions become more specific as we go. So it's a situation where it helps to have more back and forth the longer the drawing goes on, I think, because then it gets more accurate. In the beginning, it's like playing this game, this mystery, trying to figure out what they know versus what I can visualize. So yeah, it works, but yeah, we just need to talk more. And people that when they have an idea in their head, they should definitely speak up and say yes or no.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm also curious what Aaron will find out when he will subject the photorealistic portrait, which is based on your drawing, to GestaltMatcher. Well, I won't make any assumptions right now. What about you, Aaron? Do you feel confident?
Yes, I think I feel confident, but first we have to train the AI properly, so that's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Well, I would say I have a question for Aaron. If I refine this drawing, should I spend more time focused on perfecting the line work, or should I add more shading to give more of a three-dimensional volume to it? Would the three-dimensional shading help at all, or does the AI not interpret the shading very well?
So in general, it would be great to have those features, but I think for now I'll just work with the lines. Yeah, and then we'll see if that works. We can maybe extend it later on to shading.
Okay.
okay. Thanks a lot.
I was just gonna ask Court, how does that feel? Like, I feel like this must be stressful, but you just seem very calm, like making a lot of changes and getting a lot of feedback all at once. And I'm sure maybe we said things that were contradictory. Like, what is that process like for you as you're going through it?
Well, I've done it a few times. It's actually a legitimate training exercise. We do, like when we used to train other caricature artists, we would do a celebrity police sketch where I would describe all the features to the students. And we would choose really well-known people like Albert Einstein, so it'd be a little bit easier of an exercise. But most artists tend to get it. So it's definitely a legitimate way of drawing because I always tell artists and I tell myself, the drawing's done in here. It's not done on paper. It's done in your head. It's done intellectually, and you just execute it on paper. But yeah, the caricature or the portrait, whatever it is, It definitely happens mentally. So I'm always asking myself those questions. The prompts that you guys are giving me are the same things I ask myself as I'm drawing it. So it's not too alien of a concept, but there sometimes is disagreement about features and the phenotype. What is the correct way to go when we're trying to describe this one syndrome? So that's probably the more difficult question. It's not really about how I execute it for my own end, but it's coming to a consensus, I think, on what are the distinctive traits for you guys. And then sometimes the language too, I'm trying to figure out what you mean by make this more vertical or make it thinner. Like when you say thinner, do you mean a thinner line of the eyebrows, or do you mean thinner hair growth? So like where there's more space between the hairs. So there's sometimes a little bit of a description problem that I'm trying to wrestle with as to what do they mean when they say that? And then I need to ask a few follow-up questions.
Was there any moment when you thought about Down syndrome?
I wasn't, because that's a very widely known common syndrome. I didn't think we were going to go with such a widely known syndrome. I thought it was going to be another obscure one. But if I had known it was Down syndrome, that would have definitely influenced me to draw things in a certain way that involves my own prejudice. And I know from police sketch artists, because I actually had a couple in my class once that wanted to get better at doing likenesses, so they thought caricature would help them in their police sketches. The artist it's very important the artist doesn't insert their own prejudice or their own ideas about what they think it should look like. They really just have to depend on the witness testimony. And that's why sometimes those police sketches are sometimes very generic, very plain looking, because the artist is trying very hard not to insert their own opinion as what they think it should look like. So it's good that I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the challenge. You really have to put yourself out of the equation, right?
Yeah. Although with the pictures I've done up to date where I know the syndrome and I've researched it and I get to look at all the photo references in the GestaltMatcher, that's an entirely different process than what we did here. That is definitely using my own artist's eye and my own background life experience to try to create this syndrome, which I'm just now learning about each time I get a new assignment. So yeah, it's definitely we're approaching it from two very different ways here, and I'm wondering if one method is better than the other. Like, should we trust the artist's eye, who's not a scientist but has drawn 100,000 faces over his lifetime, or do we trust the input from the experts to have the artist draw that like a police witness?
Yeah, but that wasn't the goal. The goal wasn't to decide which approach is the better one, but rather to analyze how this communication works. Because we really try to learn how to instruct an AI. And for instructing an AI in a better way, this is a great example, because I think we achieved something that is much superior to anything that we could do so far with prompting the AI, right? So if we would, and this is probably what Aaron will try over the next couple of weeks, transcripts of the entire interaction with you, using for prompting the AI, and I'm pretty sure we won't achieve anything that's close to what you achieved. Yeah.
Will you let us know the results of the AI by over the email, maybe? It would be interesting to have the feedback.
This is Aaron's job now.
Yeah, I guess it is a good exercise, and I didn't understand really your purpose then, but now I think I do. It'll help you guys get better at giving instructions to the AI, because when you give the instructions to me, I ask for clarification sometimes, which an AI computer can't do. It won't ask you, what do you mean by that comment? Let me try something, and then you can then I can re-render it again. So like I'm a human AI where I can actually change it as I go, and the prompts can change. But yeah, that will help you make probably better prompts, better descriptions to give the AI. That's a little bit more clear, because as an artist, I need the instructions given in a certain way that makes sense in my my computer brain.
Yeah. Great final words. So thanks everyone for participating. I'm looking forward to what Aaron will add on in the offline communication. And I wish everyone happy holidays. Thanks and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See
bye.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
organizing this. This was fun.
Bye bye.